Don't take my word for it. Look that mess up, please.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? KCE, King Chaka.
An educated and united public cannot be controlled. Get organized.
Learn to be active.
Looks like we got us another hit.
Did you tell her to get away from me? She's crazy.
Choose your destiny.
An educated and united public cannot be controlled. Get organized.
Investigate both sides of the argument. Come up with your own conclusions.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? KCE, King Chaka.
And now, another
Yeah.
major production.
Yeah, I'm about to tell you what the real is. Deep down inside, you got to feel it. Emotions have the most number of killings. Pay close attention to your feelings. I'm about to tell you what the deal is. And when I'm talking, all I'm hearing is some crickets. Yeah, hurry, honey, run and get your ticket. Just getting money is not always the business. Yeah.
Hey, how y'all doing out there? How y'all feel? Remember, an educated public cannot be controlled. Learn to be active. The views and events expressed here are totally whacked and are not necessarily the views of anyone. ¿Cómo estás? Bien, 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 bien. ¿Podemos ayudarnos más? Sí se puede. Don't take my word for it. Look that mess up. How y'all feeling? Y'all feel good? Let me make sure y'all can hear me. How y'all feeling? All right. I ain't gonna lie, I'm tired. My eyes are kind of burning already. Worked a double today. It was busy. We got Mother's Day tomorrow. A lot of people come out early to celebrate Mother's Day. Miss the crowds, which just caused an earlier crowd. And it is what it is, y'all. Here for y'all. Do this for you, those that are listening. I don't get anything out of this. Well, therapy. I get therapy out of this. So I guess it's for me too. So it's for me and for y'all. There's no monetary compensation for it. Mess gets clicks. The real reason why that I chose that title today was because of the thing that happened with the guy with his braids. He was a teacher, and he let some students take down his braids and videoed it and then uploaded it, and it went viral, and now he's fired. And it's very unfortunate, I think. People were saying, that it was inappropriate for him to let them take down his braids or whatever. They should have been teaching all of this. And I don't know. I think the internet just loves mess, man. The internet loves mess to the point where it's, it gets people fired that shouldn't have gotten fired. Let's see if I can find some of the stuff on that. We'll start off with that. Let's play this.
I really hope that you see this message. During this time. Hey, bestie. I really hope that you see this message. How are you? I hope that you're okay. Our class misses you so much, and we really want you to know that we love you and we miss you so much. We can't wait for you to come back. I can't believe that taking somebody's hair out is such a big deal, and it makes me so mad that people make little things big things. I want you to know that the class and others got your back, and we will always stand behind you and up for you no matter what happens. We got you. Again, we miss you and we love you so much, and can't wait for you to come back. I wish that this never happened because it feels like we're losing you. Come back soon. Don't be gone too long, because if you're not back by Monday, I know something's up. But anyways, I also made sure that the classroom was clean before we left. Love you, missed you. Love you, miss you. See you later. Hi, Mr. White. We've been seeing all this stuff going on, and so has your other former students, and I just want you to know that we're standing with you. I'm literally in my junior year of high school right now, and seeing all this, you were my and many others' favorite teacher. Many of your students and former students are doing our best to advocate for you. You're one of the few teachers that made me really feel like I had a voice and opinion. And not only that, you made learning fun and encouraging at the end.
Yeah. People do these types of jobs because it gives them a certain, fulfillment. They're doing it for a reason. It's not for the money. Trying to make a difference in the world. Connection with people. I mean, the children are the future. It's like, what's more important than helping someone on their journey to make better decisions, making the world a better place, one student at a time. It says the teacher got fired because he let his female students take out his braids during school. In response, he reads texts from his students checking in on him. The school made the right decision because why are you texting your students in the first place? See, those are the comments, how we got here. I don't think that those were text messages. I don't know that they were. They could have been comments on a social media, but I don't know. Maybe people would say that that's inappropriate too. So
during this time.
It is what it is, you know. I don't agree with it though. It says, I'm sorry he got fired and still set up the camera. I'm crying. Social media is a sickness. Yeah, man, social media, that's the problem. Like, he really shouldn't have posted that shit. That's where he messed up. Is this the clip? Let's play this.
Let's go ahead and stir the pot a little, shall we? Last Friday, 10 minutes before dismissal time, I decided to live stream my students helping me take my hair out. There was quite the discourse in the chat, which had people saying this was inappropriate and other people saying this was completely fine. There was nothing wrong with what I was doing, and people were just making it weird. So, of course, I had to bring this issue to the big stage. I would like to represent myself in this case, Your Honor, if I may. Number one, for a little context, I had a hair appointment immediately after school, and I needed my hair taken out beforehand. I would have taken it out the night before, but that Friday we had a camera crew coming in to shoot a promotional video, and I was one of the ones being interviewed. So I had to look presentable, so I didn't take my hair out. I didn't have the time to do it all myself because it would have taken me forever. So naturally, I asked about 4 or 5 of my over 100 best friends to assist me in taking my hair out, and they all agreed. Number two, this was at the end of class. This week we were doing STEM fair presentations. Since it was Friday and all of my students did an excellent job on their STEM fair projects and presentations, I told them if we get one solid presentation in this class, I'll end class a little early and they can have fun and play basketball, darts, or be on their phones or whatever. And during that time, my team would help me take my hair out. A couple of these were students from my class, but others were students from other classes. I wrote all of them a pass at the beginning of the class period, requesting their assistance 10 minutes before dismissal. I told the teachers only send them if all of their work was completed and they had good behavior. They all met the criteria, so 10 minutes before dismissal, they showed up for their job. My next point I'd like to make is if I was a female teacher, those people wouldn't be in the comments saying, oh, this is weird, this is inappropriate. Because me personally, I don't think there's anything weird about this. People are saying, oh, that's too intimate. To me, it's literally just hair. It doesn't have to be weird. Some people have never had cool teachers, and it shows. I personally believe that building authentic relationships with students is paramount in being an effective teacher. I make sure my students know and can feel that I care about them beyond the schoolwork and all the stuff that I have to make them do. I take the time to get to know my students outside of academics because caring for the whole child is what's important. Some of these students have been with me since I was a substitute 4 years ago. They see me as a big brother or a father figure, as some of them say. And me, I don't want kids of my own, so all of these kids are literally my children. And in case you're wondering about their parents, most of them follow me on social media and always talk about my videos with their kids. They always tell me that they're so grateful that their kids have someone like me in their life. In my admin, they're well aware of my social media presence and they love my videos. To me, this is just another wholesome moment that I'm having with my kids that I was fortunate enough to catch on film. Since I'm a science teacher, one thing that I teach my students about is symbiosis. Symbiosis deals with the relationships between organisms. The type of relationship that I like to foster in my class is mutualism, or mutualistic relationship, which means both organisms benefit from the exchange. So when my students have good behavior, complete all their assignments, and do everything that a scholar is supposed to do, I reward them with downtime and just time to just be a kid, be on their phones, play games, gossip, so on and so forth. My students and I work hard and we play harder. I'm fortunate enough to have students that feel safe and comfortable around me, safe to come to me with their problems, their frustrations. They come to me seeking guidance and wisdom, or come to me simply to chill and hang out because they know that they have a safe space to be themselves around me. What I strive to do as an educator is be the teacher I wish I had grown up. I strive to be the teacher that makes my inner child happy, someone that my inner child will be proud of. I want to be the teacher that my students reflect back on 20, 30 years down the line and think like, dang, that teacher I had in middle school, he was the shit. No further questions, Your Honor. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. You think this was inappropriate or people are making something out of nothing? And although you are entitled to your opinion, all I ask is that you be respectful. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's people making something out of nothing, you know, especially if, you know, the parents are cool with it. Everybody's cool with it. There's nothing really. I mean, they're making it weird. Like, it's so crazy when you've got people out here that are actually doing horrible stuff to kids, you know, and then you got people who are making connections with them, you know. It's making it so words, you know, no, everyone's afraid to do anything, you know what I mean, to make genuine connections. People just gonna turn into robots, which I say all the time is this robot zombie apocalypse where everyone is just following the motions. They ask about the weather or the sports team. How about them Astros, you know? And it's all so robotic, rehearsed, and unnatural. I don't see a problem with this. I don't understand. It's really unfortunate, you know. He seems like a guy that really cares about his students, and they're gonna take that away from him. That is what it is, man. So if it was a female, would it have been the same? If it was an old guy, would it have been the same? If he would have been obese and unattractive, would it have been the same? It says, wait, what? The male teacher who went viral last week for showing his female students helping him take out his braids on TikTok has reportedly been fired from his teaching job. Do you think it was justified? Comments, it says, it's terrible, but as someone who has worked in this field with kids, part of the legal rules is that you aren't allowed to touch kids, minors in any way or have them doing this to you. You also aren't allowed to really record kids and post it. The reasons for this are grooming and privacy. I'm not saying he is a groomer. I'm just saying these people don't play about this kind of stuff. Comment says the fact that he didn't see anything wrong with it also bothers me. I don't see anything wrong with it either. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I'm not trying to get fired. So if I was in that position, and I definitely wouldn't video it. Another comment says, y'all want to go viral so bad. These are the consequences. That part is true. Like, that's what I say. The internet is a mess, you know, and mess gets clicks, you know. You want to get clicks and likes so bad that you end up losing your job. Comment says, I knew once it started picking up attention, he'd probably get fired. Notice how quickly they fire black teachers over harmless things, but will let a white teacher that's doing worse get paid leave. It's sick. You know, I don't necessarily know that it was a racial issue with this particular deal. But at the same time, on the other side, I would say male teachers is needed. There's a shortage of male teachers, and then there's a shortage of black male teachers, especially. So that's the extreme minority of teachers, black male teachers. So, you know, this isn't about representation. It has more to do with like culture, you know, it has to do with like role models, you know. You want your kids to have role models. You don't want them to be afraid of black men or whatever. You know, having a black dude as a teacher would go a long way to dispel a lot of these prejudices, racism, so forth and so on. Another comment, it says, absolutely, now he can be a cosmetology school. Another one says, but y'all mad when y'all kids have to stay home from school due to teacher shortage. Another one, when it's them teachers, it's suspension, paid leave, but when it's a black teacher, he gets fired. Interesting. Another one says, you are at work to do a job. If you're caught on the clock not doing your job, what do you expect? Another comment says, give this man his job back. Another one, them kids love him, and that's how he's repaid. You know, I think sometimes when you're too good at your job, that's a problem. Another comment says, yes, that's freaky. That's not his job description, and it's also exploiting and adultifying children. I'm sure he's being deeply investigated, as he should be. What is adultifying them by them taking down his hair? And what's freaky about it? I genuinely don't get it. Another comment says, the Black community is traumatized. I'm Black before someone gets offended. How is this viewed sexual? I just don't understand. I don't get it either. Completely do not get it. Another one that says, at least he got fired before he got checked by one of their dads. Another comment that says, Black people are the worst towards Black people. We are our own worst enemies. We talk about what white people do to us, but we do worse to ourselves. Children already don't have many educators due to teachers quitting left and right. So let's get our Black teacher fired. Shaking my effing head. You know, and I bet you that wasn't really their intention, but people don't know what they do. Like they say, idle hands, the devil's playground, you know. They want to entertain themselves for a few minutes and fake some outrage on some comments underneath some video, and it ends up leading to somebody getting fired. Another comment says, can you direct me to text messages he was sending between him and the girls? People keep saying he was texting girls, and I have not seen them yet. I don't think it was text messages. I think it was comments underneath the social media pages. Another comment that says, shaking my head, another Black man jobless. I hope y'all proud. A light is shining in my eye. Another comment says, it was a controversial move. He should have known better. I believe, yes, he should have been fired. Touch is pleasurable. And in his mind, he thought taking down the braids and recording it would camouflage the move enough to cover him. His desire outweighed his common sense. I'd like to know what led up to the taking down of the braids. Maybe that conversation is what led to his firing. Imagine walking into your daughter's math class and her and her friends are taking down the teacher's braids. Think about that for a moment. I don't see it. I don't see it. Reply says, so you just gonna assume this man is a perv and that was his motives? It says, it's not an assumption. The signs are recorded and he posted them. That's the thing with pervs. They're very charismatic and think they can outwit people. I really didn't see anything that looked inappropriate to me from the video. What do y'all think? I don't know, man. I don't know what to say other than I don't see how it's inappropriate. It's unfortunate, that's for sure. Let me see. I want to do some scrolling. Give me a second, y'all. I don't want to get a copyright from this. Reading Rainbow. I grew up watching Reading Rainbow. It definitely had an impact on me. That might be why I'm an academic to this day. And I love books and I read books all the time. And I don't know. And, you know, PBS used to be so great. It didn't have ads. It was just funded by people. And it was just wholesome stuff, you know. really good stuff. And Reading Rainbow was one of the best parts of it. And, you know, they read a story, you get interested in the story, you follow it, it makes you want to read books. You know, I try to tell my kids, you know, reading a book is like a movie in your head. You know, it's pretty damn cool. It's pretty damn cool. Like there's nothing else like it.
And hearing the story from the people who made the show, and hearing and their evident passion and commitment to doing this children's television show, every person feels like they were making a significant contribution to culture, and they care deeply about what we were doing. I get it. I understand the importance that y'all have placed on this part of your lives, your childhoods, and I'm proud, genuinely proud, to be a part of your lives in this way.
Roll tape. Ready?
We would all throw ideas in without worrying about how dumb they were or how difficult to achieve they were.
The conversation in educational circles was, you know, is television rotting the minds of America's children? And we proved that there was an alternative to that rot. That if we used the medium with consciousness and purpose and intention, then we could do something really good.
We're in an era now where books are being banned, libraries are closing, and now this documentary is coming out, you know, during this time. What do you make of it?
I think that's, you know, that it's a good antidote to the bullshit that we are experiencing right now. It's a good antidote. It raises my ire when we use children and their education as fodder in this war, right? And so I'm glad that the Reading Rainbow documentary has a different thing to say about the importance of books.
Does it ever strike you that, as accomplished as you are in so many different things, particularly acting, that your legacy may be helping grow literally a nation of readers?
I'm good with that. As a son of an English teacher, as a Black man, coming from a people for whom it was illegal to know how to read, not that long ago. I'm good with that.
I love it, man. That stuff was so good and had such a great impact on me and many, many others. You know, I wish I could have a fraction of the impact that that show had, you know, on the world. Really great stuff. It says LeVar Burton gets emotional discussing Reading Rainbow in an era of book banning. You know, the kids are the ones that's losing, you know, as a result. Corporatism is growing. It's all about profit, you know, profit over people, you know. So they make cartoons out of, I don't know, cereal or something like that. They're always trying to sell something, you know, and the education part, that, you know, teaching them about moral values, about history, about math, everything. It's all lost in some corporate boardroom where they just like, okay, we can get them hooked on this or that or whatever, and we can make money off of them for the rest of their life. Like they're looking at the kids as a check or something, you know, like a bank account. It says there was so much more education program in the 90s and early 2000s. Shaking my head. It was. And, you know, like I say, the main reason is because this stuff it didn't have ads. It was funded by the people, you know, and, you know, once it starts getting ads, then it goes in another direction. And then you start having programming that's all about selling toys or something. Like, you know, what I say is, you know, Even the movies are ads. Like everything is an ad now. Like everything is an ad. Every cartoon is an ad. Every movie is an ad. Just a long ad, intricate ad. South Park had an episode about that. It was really hilarious. Y'all didn't see it, check it out. Like people are ads now. They, you ever had someone they're always talking about like some product or service, and it's like they're trying to sell you on it. Like you really should get on such and such and such and do such and such and such. Like they've turned into an ad. They're a walking ad, not even getting paid for it. My eyes are burning. I don't know how long I can stay on today. It's hard for me to focus. My eyes are burning. I've only been on 30 minutes. It feels like it's been an hour because I can't focus. I mentioned this in the show yesterday. Hope this don't get me freaking flagged.
Withdrawing its COVID-19 vaccine worldwide after admitting to a rare side effect. There's a link between the jab and blood clotting in parts of the brain or stomach that can cause long-term disability or death. The drug maker applied to stop use in the European Union with plans to do the same around the rest of the globe. Our regulator discontinued the vaccine last year. AstraZeneca is moving towards withdrawing its COVID-19 vaccine worldwide after admitting to a rare side effect. There's a link between the...
Still scared to talk about this stuff. It's been on us so hardcore. Talk about free speech, my booty, my butt. Comment, it says, not getting the jab might have been the sole best decision I've made in my life. An easy decision, sure, but I haven't accomplished much. Another comment says, so who owns most of the media that pushed this again? Other comment says, yeah, the science experiment they did on everyone. The results are in. Turns out it kills you. Oops, they're bad. Another comment says, sometimes thinking like a conspiracy theorist can save your life. I'm not going to stay on this because they're going to get me. Probably going to get me anyways, just for that little part. Start getting emails like crazy. You know what, you guys? I want to give you guys good content. And right now, I don't feel like I'm doing that. So, with that said, I think I'm going to get out of here. Anybody out there? Anybody out there? What y'all? I got some people out there. What's up? What's up? Somebody jump in here and chop it up with me, so I can give some content. What is this?
Something that the WEF has created called C40, and it's called C40 Cities. I would urge you to certainly look on the internet about it, and then go to all of the TikTokers and see what they're really saying. Basically, you won't be able to drive a petrol or diesel car anymore. You'll have to buy electric. If you want food, you will get a calorie-controlled system sent to you by text saying, this is what you can eat today. This is what you can have today. If you violate any of these things, they'll freeze your bank account. That is the next step. These are stages in which they're going to implement this stuff. And this was signed up by the WEF, and the WEF has signed up with our mayor in London as the chair, and he has gone around the world to communicate this C40 to all of the countries in the world, and most of the countries are looking at adopting it. Now, I am going to abolish it. It is a hopeless position. We are going to be in an open prison, or shall we say a COVID, for the rest of our lives. We will not be able to work unless it's in our 15-minute city. It's diabolical. It's not right. This is not the right thing. And it's been hidden from the public. No one's talking about it. The 15-minute cities is something that,
I don't know. I don't agree with that. I think that that's a little overblown there. Yeah, man, I had a plan for this show, but I'm not executing very well, and I'm a little frustrated with myself right now because the lights are burning my eyes. Let's look at a couple headlines. Maybe it'll get me in the groove. Let's see. Top headline, it says, Trump tells Jersey Shore crowd he's being forced to endure Biden show trial in hush money case. Donald Trump is blaming President Joe Biden for the criminal charges he's facing as presumptive nominee, prepare to face off in the November election, and called his New York hush money case Biden's show trial. I don't think that Biden is that powerful, y'all, to be able to do that. It says Joe Biden wants to remind 2024 voters of a record and an agenda. Often it's Donald Trump's. Yeah, that happens a lot. That happens where one guy takes credit for the other guy because I'm in office right now when it's looking good, but the decision was made before I even got in office. That happens a lot. It says Trump is increasingly directing personal attacks against independent rival Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Yeah, so Trump is feeling like the polls show that Kennedy is pulling more votes from Trump than he is from Biden. So Trump is trying to, protect himself and go in on Kennedy to hopefully, pull some of those people back to his side. It's election year. Things get crazy. It says first person to receive a genetically modified pig kidney transplant dies nearly 2 months later. That's unfortunate. I don't even eat pork, but if the pig kidney can save somebody's life, I think that would be cool. I saw a little bit about this story, and they said that there's not necessarily a connection between the pig kidney and his death. But I don't know. When time passes by, then hopefully we'll get more information about that. I wonder, how does it work? You sign up to be the first person to do that, to be like, shoot, I'll take the pig kidney. It says Minnesota unfurls new state flag atop the Capitol for the first time Saturday. Controversial fellows, Governor Kristi Noem, as she is banned by 2 more South Dakota tribes. Duchess of Sussex, called Ifeoma in Nigeria, speaks with women about her Nigerian roots. Who cares what the Duchess of Sussex has to say? I don't. It says Israel orders new evacuations in Gaza, last refuge of Rafah, as it expands military offensive. Like, where are they supposed to go? They close the border. Experts say gun alone doesn't justify deadly force in fatal shooting of Florida airmen. Yeah, this thing has been going viral. The dude, he answered the door with the gun, and the police didn't hesitate to take his life. And so reports say that they were at the wrong address. Like, that's the reason why I don't like guns. I mean, they just complicate the situations. Like, they make a benign situation a life or death situation. Like, in the cop's defense, I mean, he only has a moment. You know, if you come to the door with a gun, if you didn't have a gun at all, then the situation wouldn't have been the way it was. But people want to defend having guns, and I'm like, it's just increases your chances of, you know, losing your life from gun violence just by having the gun in your presence, just by having the possession of the gun, just by having it on your person or in your apartment or in your car or in your house. Somebody could break in and rob your house and find your gun and shoot you with your own gun. Like, if the gun wasn't there, then that wouldn't even been the situation. I mean, I know it's a dog chasing his tail. We've had this conversation time and time again on the show. It says Russia says it has captured 5 villages in northeast Ukraine as more than 1,700 civilians flee. The Ukraine thing just keeps dragging on, huh? Yeah. I'm not feeling it tonight, y'all. I think I'm gonna get out of here. I don't know. Maybe I'll give a bonus show. I'll do a bonus show next week. Peace and love. Thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for listening.